All right, so these fictional states, they call them fictional corporations. You got to take a look. These things, each state has its own creation. Now, state lines don't dictate where living plants or wildlife and all that. I'm showing you where the silicon tree stumps are in the horizon, far, far in the back. So all the constructs, they actually distract you from the fact that this place is a silicon tree landscape. This is Arizona, where you see nothing but cactus. All the while, silicon trees stumps are in the background. So these fictional states, from Arizona to Cali to Idaho, you'll see a great divide of what appears to be things placed in to create some kind of legitimacy to that this fictional corporation is something that naturally occurred, which is not actually true. These cactuses that appear to grow wild are actually planted there and on a large scale. So that's pretty much what you're seeing is a fake fiction corporation. Look at these bushes all along the road. They're all like cactus style bushes with little thorns on them, like you never see them anywhere else. They're all just planted there. And then when it gets to the state line, the seeds that blow in the wind create it dithers it out along the border, but you can tell they just planted it and they stopped right there on the border, and they're like, no, we ain't gonna put no more cactuses over here. It's like, man, what the hell? So yeah, all the while these constructs are supposed to block out what's going on. It's just nothing but the silicon trees there that I'm showing you. And the scene was a bit loud, so I had to reformat it again, but you get the picture. And there's also extreme weather belts that are in between these places, where it's actually hot and cold in between the weather belts, which is very bizarre. I've driven literally maybe like a couple thousand miles, and I experienced it. The weather belts are like seriously a serious thing. And this place is like a thermal conductor. Like I was telling you, in the center, it's a target, like a thermal conduction, where in the center is the hottest, and then as it gets out, it gets cold, hot, less cold and more hot, depending on where you're at. So, yeah. Constructs, nothing but constructs. Weather manipulation. This place is nothing but a lie. So if y'all think that NASA is a real program, or that you're on a spinning ball, think again. There's no way that silicon trees going up. Look at how big these root systems are. That's a root system up there. So think about that. These trees being chopped down would have to be balanced out with roads, but you wouldn't be able to do that without throwing Earth out of orbit just to put it back into orbit again some kind of way. So you can't have outer space with giant silicon trees, because there's no balance to the spinning of the ball. Chopping them down, chopping down half of them to create a lopsided, unorbitable, misorbiting Earth. But you get the picture. Nothing but silicon trees is what this place really is. In the background, you see nothing but 3 large stumps, 4th on the furthest right. And yeah, that's it. That's all it is a giant silicon landscape. There is no Arizona. People ask me, what is a fiction? What is a legal fiction? Well, you exist as a legal fiction person in a legal fiction corporation that is created as a con. Nothing but a lie, a Congress, a constitution. But all the while, in the background, your true destiny, the true being that you was, the true beyond the black and white checkerboard. You're not black or white. The true being that you are exists beyond symbols, beyond temples, beyond logos, beyond flags. And one of these days, you're going to make that connection. And when you do, stay awake.